he's done it! He's done it! No!
This is incredible!
No! Come on! Come on!
Welcome to the greatest YouTube biathlon karting race in South Essex on a Thursday ever. The race will take place in the form of a biathlon with 6 people taking part.
I'm quite hopeful. My aim is to not crash more than 3 times in the first lap.
So, are you gonna feel any pressure racing against your girlfriend? Any relationship strain there?
No, it's going to be really easy. Like every time we go karting, I pretty much breeze all over her.
Ooh. What about you, Sarah? How do you feel racing against Cal?
Confident.
Confident? He seemed quite confident himself. So.
Yeah, but his nose was flaring and that's what happens when he's unconfident.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, inside knowledge.
Yeah.
Last time I came karting, I accidentally had my foot on the brake for about 90% of the race.
I'm just happy to be here, Chris.
Okay.
Take the link in the description.
Yeah. Did the head fit in the helmet okay? Today's race will include 20 laps of the track. As it's a biathlon, it's interspersed with shooting sections. We'll start with a shooting section, followed by 10 laps on the track, then another shooting section, and finally 10 more laps to decide who makes it onto the podium. In the shooting sections, the 6 drivers will line up and try to shoot 2 targets down. The order in which they knock them down determines the order they get back on the track in. The complication is, we have 6 different NERF blasters. The pick of the bunch was the new NERF Infinus, which uses speed load technology with an auto-loading slot at the back. This means that when you run out of ammo, you can basically lob in the nearest darts at your feet and continue rapid firing again immediately. The noise is also really cool, I'm not gonna lie to you. For the second shooting section, we'll give the blasters out in whatever order the racers are in, but we need a way to decide who gets which NERF blasters at the start. One option was by the same way Sarah decides who she dates, subscriber count, but we decided on qualifying instead. The order being decided by our fastest lap times. After a few laps more like 6 postman pats than F1 drivers, we began to get the hang of things. It quickly became clear where the line was when it came to sportsmanship, as Will took no hesitation slamming human beings out of his path. Meanwhile, the cracks in Cal and Sarah's relationship had started before the actual race even had.
Get wrecked, mate! Get wrecked!
At the end of the 10 laps of qualifying, Will and his lack of a moral compass sat in pole position. I was in second place, and although beating Sarah, Cal wasn't the happiest I've ever seen him.
Well, if I wasn't behind a bunch of melts for the whole race, I'd have had a better chance.
Kelly was a little behind them, and Ollie just seemed to be enjoying the day out.
I don't know what you're doing for those extra 2 seconds, you know. Where have they come from?
It's really close, and then you get to the bottom.
Forces of gravity don't really, they're not on my side.
It was the Infinus for first and second place, so myself and Will had a disgraceful advantage going into the first shooting section. After getting our money's worth with our slow-mo cameras, it was time to line up and decide our starting positions on the track.
3, 2, 1, go!
Me and surprisingly Ollie came flying out the blocks, but Will grabbed pole for the start of the race.
No!
I grabbed second place.
Get it!
And then despite all the odds, Ollie pulled third place on the grid out the bag. We completely failed to get him hitting the target on camera. And the less said about Sarah and Cal's efforts, the better.
Mission team.
Right, so here we are. We're all on the grid, ready to race. Back here we got Sarah. Things haven't gone well for her. In 5th we got Cal. It's giving me a pretty bad stare there. We got Kelly in 4th. Ollie has made his way up to 3rd. He had a great shooting session there. I'm in 2nd, just behind Mr. Will NE. He's at the front. Let's do it. Will is going down. I'm telling you, he is going down.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Hey.
Didn't even need the booster seat. I showed them. And we're off. Come on.
Oh
Right, here we
my
go.
God, she's overtaking!
Amongst the carnage on the first corner, I managed to take Will on the inside.
Got him. I've had him.
Sarah and Cal both also moved up the grid.
She overtakes Ollie like an absolute pro.
Now for the next one. Right, we're ready. Someone's going to try and take me on the inside. That's not happening, mate. That's not happening.
Even at this point, as we came to the end of lap 1, individual battles began to form on the track. At the front, myself and Will were tussling for pole.
Let's get her here.
Further back, you had Kelly and Cal. And behind that, Ollie and Still Gravity. Always the gentleman, Ollie slows down after Cal and Sarah crash into the tyres, and he continues to slow down. I wish I could tell you why he's still not driving away, but I have no idea. Does anyone?
What was that all about, man?
Therefore, unsurprisingly, Cal overtakes him a lap later and leaves Ollie and Sarah behind. Back at the front, the battle of the quiffs was really beginning to get tasty.
Come on, I've got a bit of a gap on him this time. Here we go. Ooh. Oh no.
At the end of the straight, Will made the best move for Newcastle since they sold Andy Carroll for 35 million.
No, doctor!
And managed to hold on to the lead as we finished the first 10 laps. The rest of the racers stayed in the same positions for the remaining laps, so meaning after me and Will came Kelly, then Cal, followed up by Ollie and finally Sarah in last place. Those positions now determine which blasters each of us get in the final shooting challenge, which a devilishly handsome young man will now present. Moving into the last 10 laps, we're going to throw a bit of a curveball. So the Infinus is no longer going to 1 and 2, it goes to 1 and 6th place. So Sarah, would you like to take the big one at the top?
If I knew that.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't make the rules. Oh, that's right, I did. Ollie, would you like to come and get the same ones as last time? I do apologise, they're not great. Would you like to come and take your choice from the board?
Yeah,
you got a choice of 1. Kelly, would you like to come and take number 4? I think it is, yeah, number 4. This time, I've got number 3, as I swap with Sarah, and Will gone. That's all right. And whoever wins this one, that's it for the final grid.
3, 2, 1, go!
In a miraculous turn of events, Sarah claims pole position. Will's target malfunctioned, but he did actually hit it here. If we're going on when the target hits the deck though, Cal was just before him.
Mission complete. Mission complete.
I'm having that.
I then got 4th.
Yes, come on!
Meanwhile, Kelly's struggling to load more darts. Looks like she needs the auto-reload function of the Infinus, am I right? Finally, the rest of us got bored of waiting and helped Kelly and Ollie knock over their remaining targets, meaning the final grid before the last 10 laps looks like this. No idea how Sarah's managed to get there, but fair play. Cal and Will follow her in first place. I've slid down the leaderboard to my lowest position of the day at the worst time possible. Then Kelly and Ollie bring up the rear. It's time to decide the winner.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh my God, I absolutely called it.
As we rounded the first corner, absolute disaster struck.
No!
In fairness, it was totally my fault.
No!
I was hoping Cal hadn't realised that.
So out of order. Chris needs a slap.
Sorry, mate.
No, I'm lost to Ollie's ahead of me. What's going on?
But enough about me. Sarah was loving life in first place.
Yeah!
But back to me, the impossible comeback was so on.
Oh, right, I'm ahead of him. Okay, I've got Cal to deal with.
Truly awful clipping of the apex from Ollie, but I'm not going to slag him off too much. I don't know if you spotted him ramming Kelly into the side right at the start of this section, but he was no longer the nice guy. The order then stayed the same until lap 4, when Cal was on all the ropes. I'm actually trying to find audio clips from Will to use, but he was concentrating so much throughout this, like he literally didn't say a thing in these 10 laps. It's incredible. Anyway, it paid off.
Oh my god!
Yes! Oh, Will is at the lead. Come on, Chris, you got this.
That's Will and he cheating right there. I saw what he did to my girl.
Another lap went by, and it was every man and woman for their self.
No!
I want that position. Sorry, Sarah.
Unless you are Ollie.
Come on, we're so far ahead.
Then the ferocity of this NERF karting race begun to claim victims.
And that's me out of the race. There we go.
I just killed Callum!
Cal was out, but not down somehow. Anyway, let's just say Will and E won't be subscribed to the Calyx channel for a while.
Cheers. Wait, I can just mess with Will. I'm just gonna mess with Will because I'm in last place right now.
With Cal doing truly outstanding work to slow Will down, the rest of us had a chance, but there weren't many laps left.
Come on, you've got more. Come on, come on. Mwah. Come on, you got more in you here. Here we go, lads. This is it. No! No!
Let's go, Will.
After a lap of Cal parking the bus so effectively, the gap I was looking for opened up.
Oh my god!
No! Come on! Come on!
I'm gonna get him!
Yes! Yes! There we go!
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's absolutely savage!
No!
This is incredible!
I managed to keep ahead of Will, and then he started to fall down the pecking order.
No! Ah! He's trying to drive into me!
Not all the way down though, obviously.
Oh my god!
Going into the final lap, I was in pole and just needed to shift Calyx and his parked bus out the way.
Yes! Come on! Yes! Oh, he's done it! He's done it from 4th place!
Kelly had done one better than me, quietly moving up 5 places into 2nd, but it was yours truly who passed the checkered flag first.
What a race. What a day. What a driver. What a video.
Oh! I killed Will
Cal and Will finished in their own time, but if there's anything to take from this, slow and steady wins Ollie 4th.
So 3rd on the podium. There was some dirty driving going on, but it's Sarah. In 2nd place was no, it wasn't Cal. It wasn't Cal. It was Kelly. Well done, Kelly. It was a great race.
What a girl!
Nice, good shit. And then 1st place. Who was it? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Thanks again to NERF for sponsoring this video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I hope you enjoyed it.